Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we're just going to film a little palette declutter. We have had the hardest time filming today. If you can hear, our brothers are playing pool in the room right there. Her child, Miss Charlotte, did not want us to film. So we're just going to do a palette declutter so you can just see what we got rid of. So if you are interested in this video, just go ahead and keep on watching.
Okay, so first off, for the palette declutter, and this breaks my heart, honestly, because I wanted to love this palette so much more than I did. This is the Makeup Revolution, the Emily Edit palette, and I love the colors in here. I did a look with like the greens in here, and I really loved it. Oh god. But really, any other look that I've done with this, I don't think is that great. I don't like the shimmers in here very much. They're not as metallic as I like them. I love like a poppy, metallic, sparkly shimmer. And these are just, meh. The mattes are okay, but I'm getting rid of it. But I did buy it to support Emily, and I would buy it again to support Emily because I love Emily, but it's just not my cup of tea. But Makeup Revolution shadows in general are kind of hit or miss for me, so bye-bye, buddy.
And I guess to keep going on the Makeup Revolution train, this is supposed to be a dupe for Subculture, and they really duped it out. No shimmer comes off.
I have not even used this palette, and I'm not going to, because I'm so mad that the shimmers don't work, because in Subculture that was my main gripe. I could get the mattes to work, but the shimmers, I couldn't get to work for the life of me. You're digging into the top one too.
That's what we can get out of it.
Nothing. I had this shade, same thing.
Nothing.
Ooh, look at that pigment. And so the mattes feel nice, but I don't care that much about the mattes. I wanted it for that green shimmer shade. I got it on sale at Ulta for $4, so it's like whatever. But I'm so mad about it that I'm not even gonna try it. And then we're getting rid of a couple of our Wet n Wild like color icon palettes. They're not bad by any means. I just don't think the shimmers are that great. Like in this Not a Basic Peach one, this blue is crappy. The mattes are good, but I have oranges and warm tones and, you know, stuff like this. I have these colors. And then Comfort Zone, I love the color story of this, but the original Comfort Zone shimmers were to die for because it was all shimmers, but these are just not that good. The mattes are really good, but I have these matte shades in other palettes, so there's just no reason to keep them in the collection.
And then, so I am getting rid of 2 different Huda Beauty palettes, not because they're not good. I want to stress this on a couple of the palettes like we're getting rid of. It's not because they're not good, it's because we do not reach for them and they're just taking up space. So this Smoky Obsessions, we used quite a bit at first, but the black just shattered in it, and let me tell you, this black never comes out. Yeah, we had to completely try and scrub out the drawer that it was in, and the whole drawer is black now. It's a mess, but the shimmers are gorgeous, the mattes are pretty. It's a really great palette, but with the black broken, and I just don't reach for these colors. If I want something, you know, smoky and neutral, I'll just do my Soft Glam palette. So at this point, it's not worth keeping it. And then I do adore this palette. I really, really like this palette. I like the formula. The shimmers are hit and miss in it for me, but I think that it's really, really beautiful. But I don't give it the love it deserves. Somebody else will use this palette way more than I do. And it breaks my heart because this was expensive as all hell, but it's just, it needs a new home. Somebody that's gonna love it much more than I do.
And then this one also breaks my heart because I love this palette, but when do I use it? Absolutely never. And this is the Juvia's Place Masquerade palette.
It's really good.
These are my colors. Why don't I use it? I don't know. I have not touched this palette in like a year for no good reason. I love the colors in here. I love the shimmers. The mattes are good. I don't use it. And I'm devastated by that.
Then we are going to get rid of the Ace Beauty palette that we got in our BoxyCharm. It's gorgeous, it's pretty, it's pigmented, it's blendable.
We have those colors.
We don't use it. The only shade that I would want to keep it for is Clove, but I would use it like twice. This is really pretty. I have not even used it. It's just not worth keeping it. We've used it once. I wish we just kind of would have you know, not touched it and given it as a gift, or put it in our giveaway that's coming up when we hit 1K, wink wink, hint hit, on Instagram, not here because we got like 200 followers, but it's just, it's not worth keeping for us. If it was the rainbow one that she has, we'd be on it, but yeah.
And who's that? Is it Rachel? Is she the owner? I love Rachel. I think she's so sweet. I follow her on Twitter. I'm always talking about her. I love her, and the palette is really good. It's just, we have those colors, and I don't reach for warm neutrals. Never. Not once. Do it. I have, in the past year of my life, maybe twice, I've been like, warm neutrals. Like, no.
And you know
I'm
what?
done. I'm sick of it.
When we want to use Natasha.
Yeah. When I want to use Natasha Denona, that's when. And then we did recently do a video on these Profusion palettes, and let me tell you, they are really, really good. There's nothing wrong, but again, this is a warm, neutral eyeshadow palette. I don't think I need to dote on this anymore, but I don't need these colors. I have these colors, and even when I do have these colors, I don't use them. So these are really good. They're total steal, $10. The blush and highlight are really good as well. Don't need it, don't want to keep it. I wasted $10 on reviewing that.
Okay, so this one kind of breaks my heart, which is the Maybelline City Mini Palette. This is the matte one. This formula is
Really good.
so good. If you feel them, they feel like, you know those translucent powders that give you really bad flashback? That's what these feel like. They're so soft, and they're blendable, and they're pigmented. But again, there's people that we're friends with that we rehome like products to, and they just go ham on these products, and they hit pan, and they use them all the time. And that's what this kind of thing needs to go to, someone that's actually going to reach for it, because as much as I love it, like, I never do mauve tones, like, very rarely, and I can find it in another palette we own, so I'm just gonna get rid of this one. And then I may use this in a video before I declutter it, because the formula is really bomb. This is the Rimmel palette. It's got this cute little brush in it, and it's all these like pink warm tones. This will be really good for like a date night look, but again, we have warm tones, and I bought it hoping that it would be similar to the Naked Cherry, but it's just, it's good, but it's just nothing that I'm ever going to use. I've used it once, and you know, that's all.
And then last here, I do have the Pure Midnight Masquerade palette, and we got this in a BoxyCharm, and this is gorgeous. I actually think this is kind of a stretch dupe-wise, but I think, let me show you. I think color-wise, it has a lot of similar situations to the Friendcation palette, like the brown, the blue, the dark, sparkly like gray shade, and then the green. They're not dupes by any means, but they are kind of alternatives to each other. This one has a silver in it and obviously is lacking some mattes. The blushes are nice. They are kind of metallic though, which kind of weirds me
And
out.
hella pigmented.
And hella pigmented. Too pigmented. I'd be looking like a clown when I use this guy. It's really nice. I knew I shouldn't have opened this and used it. The shimmers are gorgeous. I loved the look I got when I used this, but that was the only time I used it. And if I want these kind of colors, I will reach for Friendcation, because this palette, let me tell you,
It's everything.
is perfect. So if you have this, you don't necessarily need this, is my point, if you're on a budget anyway, or if you are just not a makeup hoarder. But this is the last palette we're getting rid of, but it is really nice. We can't stress enough that we don't hate most of these palettes. Like, most of them are really good. We just don't use them. And when you buy makeup as frequently as we do, and when you own so much stuff like we do, it just gets to be too much. So it's better to rehome them, give them away, donate them, whatever the case may be.
I was just gonna show y'all how bad it is. This is our, there's no palettes in here other than one blush palette, but this is how bad our addiction is. We do a declutter like this like once a month. So,
and we don't get PR, okay? Let me also say this. We have regular jobs. I have a child. Granted, we live with our parents.
there's just a lot we don't need and we want to try out, and it kind of sucks, but we've gotten a lot better at it. A lot of this stuff is stuff we purchased, you know, a year ago or 6 months ago that we just don't use anymore. And so many people deserve this, and I wish that we could like donate used makeup, but we can't, so we just give it away to friends and family and anybody that wants it. So if you are like somebody watching us that is like that knows us personally and you need makeup, you can message us because we'll give it to you. So
Right over. I have a question, real fast. Just because. Am I the only person that doesn't think the butter bronzer is that great? I mean, formula-wise, it's gorgeous. Smells tropical.
I hate
love
the
it.
smell.
I love the smell because you're stupid. And the color is fine. But am I the only one that thinks this is overhyped? I never touch it.
It's a good contour shade.
It's just not. I mean, maybe it's just because we like orange bronzers. But this is just so like neutral warm.
And the dark shade is purple, which is stupid.
The dark shade is such a weird color. Looks good on Jamie Genevieve though. So.
But yeah, there was our little palette declutter. Vic's drinking her Coke right now, her McDonald's Coke. So if you kind of enjoyed this video or you want to see any other declutters in the future, because we do them so often, go ahead and let us know in the comments down below. And go ahead and like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Comment down below what you get rid of all the time, if you do, or if you just hit pan on everything like our friends do. And then, yeah, go check out our Instagram at Twintorials and just, you know, watch out for that 1K giveaway because it's going to be exciting. We just bought all the stuff at Ulta today, so
Stay
yeah.
tuned.
See you in the next video. Bye.